Welcome back, guys, to the So Much More podcast. I'm Evelyn, and my co-host is
Rollie Vogues.
And today our special guest is
John Nava. What I do?
What's
there
up?
you go.
So it's John,
like John.
You know what? You know, like if a glimpse, like I took a glimpse of your Instagram, like way back. You know when we met at hip hop?
Yeah.
So like before that, because I had told you, I'm like, oh, you're like John something, right? Or you told me your Instagram,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, okay, I know who you are. But it almost looks like Joanna Man or something like that. The Instagram,
yeah, because
like,
you spell it differently,
Yeah, I wanted to be a little different. Yeah.
very different.
yeah. When I glimpsed at it, it's like Joanna Man, like what? You know?
Yeah.
Is that like the weed thing? Like Joanna?
I don't know. I don't know.
But it's like, it's just regular plain John. And so I just try and add a little flavor to it.
Yeah,
That's all.
That's cool though. I like the creativity with
Thank
the
you.
name or whatever.
Appreciate
Yeah.
Because
So
John is a pretty basic name.
No, yeah. I'm glad I wasn't a Juan. That's what I always say. I don't like the
Juan.
there's a lot of Juans, so I'm the...
There's a lot of John.
Well, not a lot of Mexican Johns, let's say that.
That's
okay, that's true. Not.
I had one Mexican friend
Is it?
named John.
Do they call you John or do they call you so how would they say it in Spanish?
John?
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 Do they call
I
you
don't
John?
My grandparents, yeah.
John?
They go, John.
John?
Yeah, so.
So where are you from? Like, you said your parents are from Mexico or?
Yeah, my grandparents from Mexico, my grandma from Anahuac, and my grandpa from La Ascensión. And then my mom's from here. My dad, not sure, to be honest. And then...
He's not in the picture?
Not in the picture.
Oh, okay.
Happy Father's Day. But what is it? And I'm from Houston. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So your mom was born in Houston?
Yeah. And then I think my grandpa, his like whole like family lineage, they came from Texas to Nuevo Laredo, like back and forth a lot.
If you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
25.
You're young.
I knew you were gonna say it. Yeah. I was trying to like do it at the same time as you.
I whenever you told me about the other episode, I'm like, okay, well, he watches the podcast, so I didn't want to say like, oh, you're a baby.
Okay. Yeah,
Sorry.
that's
That could be a year younger, and then you're gonna come.
Oh,
with that.
you're
Yeah.
young.
Yeah.
I'm about to be 30 this year, so I'm about to hit that new prime, so the 20-year-olds.
The 30 club.
Yeah,
They're gonna the dirty 30. That's kind of whack.
that is why. That's corny.
You're young though.
Thanks.
Y'all are young.
Thank you.
No, I feel it. I mean, that's something an old person would say, right? Like, I feel young.
That is something an old person.
Now they'd say like these young whippersnappers, man. I can't
These
keep up with
whippersnappers.
them.
You remember that teacher at school?
Which one?
What was his name? I think it was a science teacher. He would say whippersnappers all the time.
Oh,
The tall white boy.
Yeah, the one with the glasses.
Yeah.
He
He was
I know
cool.
You're talking about. Yeah, I forgot his
Shout
name.
out
I
him.
just remember Dr. Tran.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking about teachers.
Yeah. So
All
wait,
right,
what
so-
school
Like
did you? So what area in Houston did you grow up?
Denver Harbor. That's where like I had
You're from
lived
DH?
on DH, yeah. On Halo and Cress.
Okay.
Like there were two houses we jumped from, and then right now like from high school to now in Channelview.
Oh, okay, so
I
you went to
Channelview High School
Oh, okay.
with Jalen Hurts. Graduated with him.
I don't know who that is.
He's you know Jalen Hurts?
I don't know.
What?
Who is that?
The Philadelphia Eagles. He was like I think he was number
we
one.
don't watch sports.
Well,
Yeah.
But,
it's
Sorry.
but tell us,
for like
bro.
for like normal people. Not
He's like,
he's a big
yeah,
deal.
I went to school. I'm like, oh, I honestly thought it was probably somebody like famous. I'm really bad with names, right? So I was
Yeah,
like, oh,
yeah.
I don't know who that is. But then you not knowing, I was like, okay, then
No,
I
yeah,
wonder
it's
who
sports.
it is.
It's
Yeah.
sports. I'm out of the
Yeah.
loop on sports.
No, it's just he's a big deal.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
nah,
He was in the
that's
Super
cool.
Bowl.
Oh,
that's
okay,
cool.
that's dope. Yeah.
Crazy.
So then, what middle school did you go to?
Damn, this sounds like I'm gonna find everything out. I think it was Alice Johnson. I'm like blanking on the name.
Oh, okay, because I was gonna say it would have been like the odds of you going to like Jackson were like slim. But I knew I had people when I went to Jackson. We had people from DH too.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
got
but,
you.
but
No, it
Damn.
was still in Channelview.
Slim.
Yeah, like a slim chance of him being.
Oh, I thought you were
going
gonna
to
say like, oh,
Jackson.
Slim Thug went to that middle school or something. I was like, what?
I don't know if
Slim,
he
how do
did.
you
Maybe
know?
he did. I don't
Maybe he
know.
did.
Maybe he
You
did.
never know. Yeah.
Never know.
But
Yeah.
so then how was it for you like growing up? Wait, are you like an only child?
No, I have a older sister. Shout out Vanessa. and then younger brothers Steven and Eric.
So you're a middle child.
Yeah.
You're the second oldest.
I was middle child for like, what, 8 years or something like that, and then the young one, he popped up in 2008.
So how old is the youngest one?
He's 10 years younger than me. So he's
15.
Yeah, 15. I forgot how old I am. But yeah.
Oh, how's that age difference between y'all? Like growing up?
It was fine.
Well, how is it now? Because he's 15, you're 25.
So like the evolution is kind of funny. He grew up so spoiled. And then like my sister, he'd spoil him, and then I'd like disagree with it. I'd be like, man, you're babying this kid. But like now, like we both game, and he's doing a YouTube channel like at what, 15, and then we game sometimes. So we're cool. I took him to ThriftCon.
Really?
He was out of his element. He did not
wow.
like the crowd, and he didn't like going through the racks and stuff.
Yeah, it's not for everybody.
No, but I mean, I think he's just shy. So
Yeah.
It's either that or do you think it's just like a gamer thing where it's like they'd rather just be in their room and you know?
Calling me out. No, I don't think it's that. I think it's just who he is. He's he's kind of a shy kid, but you're right, kind of, because in his room when he edits and stuff, he's very much like
in his zone.
Yeah.
Well,
I think that's how I grew up though.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I just think it's one of those things that as you're growing up, like you just create this comfort, around yourself and your surroundings. So when you step out of that, it's just like you're really like just putting yourself out there. Because I feel like that's what happened to me too. Like I'm very out there, and I feel like I'm very friendly. But if I'm by myself or, I go somewhere by myself, I am putting myself like out of my comfort zone.
For sure.
And it's hard. It is hard. But I mean, I guess because he went with you, maybe I would have expected it for it to be a little bit different. But
yeah, I mean, we're like jokey with each other, but we're not too like close, I guess you could say. I don't know. We're close, but not like
regular brothers.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's almost like
I really do think it's the age difference.
Yeah.
But that's probably.
It's almost like with me and my youngest brother. Like there was growing up, it was like, I don't know. You're kids at first, and then I step into like this puberty area, and era, and then he gets left behind as a kid. But then like he grows a little more, and now our interests are the same. Yeah, and then right now it's like our interests are separate, but we find our interests, and it's like, it's kind of weird. But
and so then, how about you? Your upbringing, how was that?
I mean, it was rough here and there, but it was good overall, I would say. You know, what is it? Just me, my mom, my sister. I think like my mom obviously provided for the family, single mom.
Yeah.
Had my grandpa a lot. Like he was my father figure. And Vanessa, my older sister, she was like...
She stepped in?
Yeah, she stepped in when the dad stepped out. So I think, like, I get a lot of my values and a lot of my, like, I guess, teachings from her or whatever you want to call it.
And how was it for you? Because I can relate when you say you were raised by, like, your grandpa as a father figure. How do you feel like that is? Like, do you feel some type of way when you see other people with their dad and then you have a grandpa as a dad?
That's kind of funny you ask, because I don't think that. Like, I'm glad my dad wasn't in the picture, because it's like I wouldn't be who I am today, but when I see other people with their dad, I'm kind of just like okay, I never had that.
Yeah, you can't relate.
No, I can't necessarily relate, but I also just had my grandpa teach me through, like, he never like had any conversations with me type of thing. Like
but then he was probably more old school.
Oh yeah, no, he's like, I'm a work even like till I die type of thing. And so I kind of got that from him, just from him working around the house. I feel like that's how I operate now with graphic design or with stuff at work. Yeah. So I got that from him for sure.
So I'm just wondering, like, I'm assuming, maybe I shouldn't assume, right? But I'm assuming your grandpa was like more into like the labor work.
Yeah.
And then
he was.
So you were into like graphic design. So how did that work out for you?
Like,
how did you introduce? Like, I don't want to get unless you do have like a regular labor job and you also do graphic design.
Currently, I do have a labor job. I'm at a Toot Suite, so I'm a barista.
Really?
Yeah.
The one in downtown?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
But what is it? I just wanted to go to college pretty much, and like, just try and do better for myself, right? Not that like labor job is less than. It's just more like I want to see what's out there. I want to like.
There's more than a labor job.
Yeah. And so, and then my mom was always talking about go to college and stuff like that. Even though in like my sophomore year of high school, I didn't want to go to college and I wanted to be a rapper.
Oh my God.
So, I mean, like,
you know how to rap?
I'm not going to say it on here. No, I feel like if I'm alone and I freestyle, I could give a bar or two, but I'm not going to, not right now. But so yeah, I didn't want to go to college. And then I had met like this Avid teacher. Do you guys know what Avid is?
No.
It's like college prep.
Oh, okay.
And so he like introduced us to like just the wonders of college and kind of telling us, oh, it's a free for all out there. Like, you know, he enticed me to go to college more than my mom. Sorry, Mom.
Yeah.
But that's when I went out there and like just started to see like, okay, there's stuff in IT, there's stuff in like graphic design that I could do.
There's more than just you go to college to be a doctor, to be a lawyer, and stuff like that. Because I feel like when we were younger too, I feel like the whole graphic design wasn't like a thing, or content creators, or just a lot of the social media or anything media really wasn't a thing. Like you went for, what was it that you went for with your bachelor?
Where'd you go?
I went to U of H.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
When'd you graduate?
2015.
Oh, okay, damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
It was a while ago. Yeah, it was a while ago.
When you graduated, a year later, I entered.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I should have graduated 2013.
Oh, okay.
But because I had graduated from high school with 2 years of college.
Gotcha.
So for what I went for, it was just an extra 2 years, but I don't know why it took longer. But yeah, it was for communications. It's just like regular communications.
I thought you went for media something.
You were at Valencia?
I say that. Yeah.
Nice.
I say that.
Oh,
I say like, oh, I went for media, like, or graphic design, whatever.
I know you never went
but
for
graphic. I was just say like, oh, it's that, but it was communications, because communications had a bad like rep, you know. They'd be
which
like,
is crazy.
They'd be like, why are you going to communications? Like,
yeah.
I mean,
what job are you gonna get? Like, you know.
Oh, especially back then. I remember whenever part of my communications like curriculum or whatever was a class in IT, and then I remember the teacher would always be like she'd teach us and then she'd preach to us at the end of every class, and she'd be like, I know you guys are in communications, whatever, but IT's the future. Like, get a job in computers, you know, like don't worry too much about media stuff. Like, computers is where it is, you know. And I'm like, okay, bro.
She was half right, but like, yeah, to say that all media would die.
Yeah, well, not necessarily that it would die, but I guess at the time it's like she knew that there would be more IT computer jobs available than like it's harder to get like a media graphic design.
It's the same thing like when I was gonna go. I didn't end up going to. I just got my associates, but I didn't continue going to like U of H or UHD. And my thing was like, it was always engraved in my mind, like, go for accounting because you're always gonna have a job.
Yeah.
I was never gonna do anything medical field related, you know, because I just don't like that. But I love math, so it was like, okay, you're gonna either go to law school or be an accountant. Like that, I feel like those were my only two options. Like, I never knew I could start my own business and do my own thing or do a clothing brand. Like, it was never even a thought, you know, whenever you go to college. Yeah. So I'm assuming, I don't know how it was, like, your mom, whenever she would tell you go to school, did she tell you kind of like, oh, you should do this career or you should go for this?
No.
She just wanted you to
just like, go to college. And I was like, I guess. Yeah, whatever. And I kind of did that. Like, just went to college and figured it out.
Well, you have the first 2 years is kind of easy just because you can go for your basics. You don't really have to.
You still have to, like, declare for a major.
Oh, okay.
So I was in political science. And I was trying to tell my uncle it wasn't a bad idea. And he goes, what are you going to be a politician? I'm like, no. You don't have to go to politics or whatever. Yeah. But then,
so what were you going for?
I don't know. I'm just figuring out, man.
That's like, such a weird
it is,
option. Like,
yeah.
I don't know why, because like kind of like you were saying, it's like I don't want to be in the medical field. I don't want to fucking do math or whatever. So then that's when I like found out about business, the business school at Bauer, and then I'd went to this thing like the student org, the Hispanic Business Student Association, and I met some people, and this one like drunk guy, he was like, I'm telling you, you need to go into MIS because that's where all the money's at. And I was like, okay.
What's
And that's what I
MIS?
did. Information systems.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's what I
okay.
did. But like, yeah, based off a drunk guy's advice, I did that.
Damn, that's crazy. Wait, so did you graduate
Yeah, 2020. So I got no.
during COVID? No
During-
walk. You
during
didn't get to
COVID.
walk the stage.
They did the repeat, but I'm still like bitter about the whole situation because they did the 2021 grads before the 2021 like graduation, which I thought was dumb. So I didn't go to the repeat.
So
Damn.
should they have like pushed everybody a year or something or what?
I mean, I don't have the answer.
It only would have been fair.
That's what I'm saying, because it's like they forgot all about us.
Yeah, like it's like 2020 didn't even happen. Like, oh, y'all didn't work all these years.
We're the
walk.
afterthought, and I'll forever be pissed about it.
It's almost like the blip, right? Like in Avengers,
Yeah.
Marvel.
Yeah.
It's like it's kind of weird.
You're
that
part of
time.
the blip.
A little bit, yeah.
That's crazy. So
So-
then you did graduate 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't walk. Oh well, you didn't even go right to the thing. So
Yeah.
you graduated with informational.
Yeah, management information systems.
Oh, information.
It's a mouthful.
systems. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, and then so did you pursue anything in that afterwards?
Yeah, I got this like horrible IT job. I'm not even gonna talk about it. And then I was doing tech consulting for like a year and a half with this one company that eventually laid me off. But
The layoffs,
bro,
man.
the fucking the layoffs. And then ever since then, kind of looking for a job, but it's been rough out here. So that's when I got Toot Sweet.
So what do
Okay,
you do
okay.
there
Where?
at Toot Sweet?
Oh, barista.
He's a barista.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't hear that when he said it earlier.
No,
You said it earlier, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I heard the place, but I didn't.
So
hear it.
okay, so then
Wait, so you know
let's-
how to make like some cool coffee and stuff?
I'm trying to do the latte art, but I can make you coffee. Yeah,
Oh.
I know how to make all the coffees pretty much.
Oh wow.
latte
Maybe-
art, like the little
Yeah, the whole
the leaf and
you
all
get
that.
you have to steam the milk and then you do that in the cup.
Wow.
Look at that. Man.
But I'm
Maybe-
learning.
Maybe you could tell us which one's a good starter,
It's
like
the latte.
espresso, or I don't really know about coffees, honestly.
No one does. I'm telling you, people will order a cappuccino. I'll give them like a latte, and they'll be like, "All right." It does not matter. I'm sorry, guys.
What?
Or they'll be like, someone ordered a traditional macchiato, which that is essentially an espresso shot, two ounce espresso, and then just a dollop of steamed milk, and then it's like really foamy. Put it on the table. There you go. I wanted what's the caramel macchiato? And I go, oh, it's like a latte. She goes, I wanted that. Then why'd you say a traditional macchiato? I'm going on a tangent, but like that's like a day in Toot Sweet. At Toot Sweet.
When we had Rachel on here, she's like a coffee. She owns a coffee business, and
Samalo.
then Amalo Coffee, and she said that it's all ratio. So it pretty much is like the amount of milk and something that's a difference.
Yeah, basically everything's the same, but just the amount of per drink that I guess it balances or something like that.
Yeah, and the amount of foaminess of the milk. Like if it's like a cappuccino versus a latte, because the cappuccino is going to be foamier, pretty much.
I'm not like a big coffee drinker, but I am one to just like, just as long as it gives me the energy, I'm good.
Yeah.
So I'm down to take like an espresso shot, like just, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll do that too.
So at the attorney's office, when I go and I'm tired, because I go like once a week, right? Like I'll go and I do the espresso shot because they have like a little machine there. So I'll do like an espresso shot, and it's so small because it's literally just a shot,
Yeah.
And then I add maybe I shouldn't do this, right? But the little creamers that they give you so you can put in your coffee, like in the restaurant?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
little blue
The
ones.
cup ones?
Yeah, the little cup ones.
Yeah.
So I do the espresso shot, and then I do like 2 of those, like caramel or whatever, and then I mix it and I just chug it. So it's not that hard, like, because an espresso shot, I feel like it just is so,
You just gotta take it, no?
it's like super not sweet.
Oh,
It's
no,
like
it's not. Yeah.
straight, like just,
Sour, kind of bitter.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
and that
then,
depends on the beans too.
yeah. So then I'm just like, I just add that little scoop of flavor just so it's not that hard. But I just want the energy. So I just take that instead of drinking like a cup of coffee. Because, people love coffee.
Yeah.
I'm not like that. I'll drink a cup of tea, but not coffee.
I had always wanted to do that. Just take a straight shot of espresso.
They're nasty.
What's funny is like
Or I guess it depends on the beans, like you said.
Yeah, but the brewed coffee like you do at home that has, I don't know how to explain it, and like baristas will probably get mad at me, but it's like the brewed coffee has more caffeine because it's like more spread out, as opposed to like the espresso shot that's more like not congealed, but like cohesive, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So the home coffee is technically stronger.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah, than a shot.
Huh. So but then you're drinking more in a coffee.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
So it's like you're
sure.
balancing out what you're, right? Like either you just drink enough where it's enough with just a shot that's bitter, or coffee.
Yeah.
That you can add flavor to it, right? Kind of.
Well, you can add flavor to the espresso too, like in a latte.
Really? Is that what a latte is?
So latte is like the one with milk.
Oh, okay.
Every single time, like you go like everywhere. That's the universal thing for latte. It's gonna be milk, the espresso shot, and if you do caramel, they're gonna put caramel in the shot.
So it's a flavored espresso shot, basically.
Yeah.
Drink
with milk.
with milk.
Yeah.
Huh.
And are you a coffee drinker or just like energy drink?
I don't even drink caffeine.
Wait, what? Oh, is that's what you're like? Oh no, I thought you said no. You wanted the one with no caffeine because you already had caffeine.
No, I get anxious like bad, like with the caffeine. So I barely drink over there coffee, anything.
But they have some good juices too, right?
Yeah, they have the bottle juices, and then they have aguas frescas like mango, and lemonade. Pretty much it.
So do you ever do like decaf?
That's whack.
Nah. Oh well, actually decaf at Cella Coffee Roasters. Okay. That's like I think that's like east side, like over there. They have good decaf.
But that's like drinking a non-alcoholic beer, right?
It's like significantly less caffeine.
Oh, well, it still has a little bit.
Yeah.
Non-alcoholic beer has a little bit of alcohol, right?
I don't think so. That's
No.
why it's non-alcoholic.
Yeah, non-alcoholic.
I think it does.
It does not, babe. Relax.
I'll look into it after.
It literally says non-alcoholic.
0%.
It's 0%. It has nothing.
Unless there's a non-alcoholic light beer or something.
That'd be wild.
Do you think if you're an alcohol...
You can sue them if you get drunk off of a non-alcoholic beer.
I think if you drink like the 12 pack, you'll get like a buzz.
Okay, relax. That's no.
Wait, if you drink non-alcoholic, you get a buzz?
I don't know.
Placebo, maybe.
Maybe. You start to like act and shit. Mm-hmm. I would think that's like for like people who have like problems, right? Like alcoholics.
Oh no, I don't want to go down.
Because I mean, as a regular person, I'm not gonna drink
so
a non-alcoholic
this
beer.
Is good. I was frescas.
So, not going into like the coffee anymore, right? Let's go into what you're doing now. What are you doing now aside from that job?
So currently, I like the job because I could be like brain off over there, so that when I get home, I could work on the magazine. And Ranban is a magazine that I've started. I started it probably a year ago, maybe 10 to 11 months ago. And it's a city lifestyle magazine, essentially based in Houston, all about people from Houston, the style in Houston. And that's been my baby for a while.
Oh, wow. What made you even come up with this idea?
So it like goes all the way back, right? For my love for magazines comes from the like it's going 2-1 and I'm like so aware of it.
Well, you know what? Before you get into how you got started, let's go on a quick break and we'll come back into that.
Yes, sir.
We are back. So before we went on break, we were talking about how did you get into how did the idea of the magazine? Is Ranban?
Ranban. So
where did the name come from?
Yeah.
Okay. There's like a bunch of different answers. So I'll just start with like the why of the magazine.
Okay.
Growing up, my first like magazine love was Game Informer. You guys know Game Informer?
No.
It's essentially like
gamer.
Yeah, gamer magazine.
Okay. You're definitely a gamer.
Definitely. Well, we've covered that. So like going to GameStop, they'd offer, sign up for the GameStop Plus or whatever, and you get a free subscription to Game Informer. That was like I never read anything in it. I never like really understood what was in there, but the magazine itself, like, it was about something I love, which is video games. And then There was also WWE Kids. That magazine was pretty cool. I found out about that because of the Rey Mysterio mask design contest. And so I wanted to do that and like submit mine. I don't think I did, but you know, having the magazine was cool. And then do y'all remember the J14 and Tiger Beat magazines? They're like of the Disney stars, the Nick stars. They're like, oh, who wore it better, Ashley Tisdale or Lindsay Lohan?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So my sister would get those, and those were like the shit to me. Like I was like, oh.
No,
like,
I know what you're talking about. I think I seen when I was little. I think I had seen like, or I think.
Do they still have them now?
They might.
Like,
they should, to be honest.
Yeah.
Keep the kids cultured.
Yeah.
Like,
No. Yeah.
Oh, it's different now though.
Yeah. They have TikTok. But anyways, so like those magazines were like really cool to me as a kid. You know, fast forward to a couple years before? No. Prior
After.
to now.
Oh, okay.
Prior to now. That's when I discovered this magazine called Popeye. And it's essentially a Japanese magazine book. So the difference is like it's a lot bigger and it's a more like premium product. It like the materials aren't like some flimsy magazine that you see at like HEB or whatever. It's like half magazine, half book. And so they do this periodically. Like it's a really cool thing. They go into city lifestyle. That's how I found out about it, which is essentially like everything you do in the city.
Yeah.
And it's about like products, right? It's about like the fashion, the interior design. It's about photography and like spots to visit. But more importantly, it's just about like the ideal city lifestyle. You know what I mean? And so that really connected with me. And for the longest, I was like, I want to make a magazine like Popeye. Like, you know, it's got to be my own thing. And like, I just want it to feel like Popeye. And so fast forward to like, you know, whatever. After that, after I discovered it, that's when I wanted to do a photo shoot for like a fake magazine cover. And I wanted to do like a Gorp style shoot mixed with some like Americana. And then I was like, oh, wait, I could just make a magazine out of it. And I was like, oh, wait, I could just make a Popeye-like magazine for that photo shoot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, like, it was just kind of like this whole thing that was directing me to make the magazine. Ranban, the name, comes from rancho and urban. And because I like the idea of city and nature.
Okay.
And so that's how I got, like, the Ran in the band. And then
okay. I like that.
I just thought it sounded like snappy.
Yeah. No, that's cool. So is Popeye, what's the logo look like for that? Is it like a graffiti?
It's like bubble letters.
Bubble letters.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, bet. So
Because you've posted it on your Instagram, right?
They're the only ones I follow on there, just to show like that's the blueprint. Like I'm not gonna act like what I'm doing is revolutionary. I just want people to see like what's the North Star. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't think I've posted them.
No, like don't you have like pictures of like? Oh no, I think it was like your room.
Oh,
and then in your room estaban like stacked up or something.
Yes.
There's different
issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I seen it.
The video that I did in my room, something like that.
Yeah.
I have a cool little bookcase with a bunch of like not just Popeye, but there's Brutus, there's trying to go out magazine. There's a lot.
Yeah, but that's I don't know why that one caught my attention. That's why I know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because it was like I saw it and then it was daban así stacked up and I saw that it said Popeye and then it had the different issues or whatever.
I feel like whenever I brainstorm and stuff and I look through designer stuff or whatever graphic design stuff, I feel like they come up somehow, like those letters or the bubble letters, you know, at least at some point. But that's dope, honestly. Like, so coming up with this magazine, like at this point, I mean, obviously the event has happened, right? So magazines are out and everything, but how did you, if you want to go into it, how did you go about like even finding the process of creating it, like the physical product?
Yeah, like from start to finish, it goes brainstorming and then contacting people to create the content, like the photo shoots and all that. And then once that's done, I've got all the content, then I put it into InDesign, and then I start creating the document that way. And then there's a lot of like editing in that process. I had to make a magazine from scratch, 120 pages, something like that. And then to find a manufacturer who would do it, like the exact dimensions, because I wanted it to be just like a Popeye. So the dimensions are bigger than what like printers were able to do in the US. So if they wanted to make the dimensions like that here, it would have cost like $7,000 or something like that. It would have cost an arm and a leg. So I had a stroke of genius, and I was like, okay, let me ask some people overseas. Maybe they'll be able to do it at a cheaper rate. And I found Park Communications. They were able to do it, at a reasonable price for me. So.
And do you have to get a bunch of them made at once, or how did that go?
So I wanted to do like all of them at once. So I have ordered 150.
Okay.
And so hopefully have sold a bunch of them at the party. But yeah, pretty much just 150. Give them all the like specs, and then once like they approve of that, they give me the quote. Start sending the documentation, like the InDesign, and then ready it for printing.
Okay.
Did you get a sample?
No. Well, I got samples of the like what the magazine would look like blanks.
Like a quality?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I asked for the specific type of paper. I went to paper school like recently, where they teach you about like different weights of paper and different textures and stuff like that. So I kind of knew what I wanted. I asked them, and they were like, okay, yeah, we can do this. We can send you a sample, a blank pretty much. And then I was like, okay, cool. Like they're real. They're not a scam, because I'm paranoid about that. And then, they were just like, okay, it's going to print. It's going to be sent.
So whenever you held it, right, like the blank sample or whatever, did you kind of like picture it? Like you were like, all right, it's gonna look dope. Like it's gonna look nice.
Yeah, for sure. And hopefully it looks even better, because it's still on the way currently. But like it just passed customs.
So you should get it anytime soon then now.
Hopefully early next week.
Yeah, because then the party's Saturday.
Yeah, which freaking out about, but it'll be all right. It'll be all right. I was just like, okay, this is, because I had my Popeye and I had like the blank, and I was like, okay, is this exactly what I wanted type of thing?
Yeah. So why did you go to paper school? Just because of the magazine?
My friend Zach and his girlfriend Caitlin, they were going, and they were like, okay, you want to hop along? Just because.
Like a one class thing or what?
Yeah, we're nerds like that.
No, I love that.
No, that's cool though.
That is cool. I wish I would have known that there was a paper class, because I would have definitely wanted to go.
It was in Dallas, and I forget the company who put it on, but yeah, it was Clamp It Paper School. So, but it was like a bunch of like corporate people that work for, I guess, like all different industries. But it was still interesting to like learn about paper.
Yeah.
It's like The Office, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much, it was like The Office. But they were cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
Now I'm kind of like curious of like the start to finish. So pretty much who's in the magazine? Like how did you... Who helped you? Who did you shoot the pictures? There's interviews, right? Like
there's a lot, yeah.
So what's all in the magazine? And if you want to go into like how it from start to finish, like I would like to know.
Okay, so hitting up those people, there were a couple no's. You know what I mean? Like some people were like, nah, I'm good.
Are these people that you were like just interested in, like, or are they figures in Houston, or what do you think?
Mainly friends, and then luckily I was able to meet a couple influencers, like Brother with a Beard, shout out Kevin, shout out Lauren, and Double Struck. You guys know Double Struck Twins?
No.
They're like these really popular vintage twins. They had a shop in Montrose.
Okay, what was it called?
Double Struck.
Oh,
yeah. So they're huge. They have like 100K on Instagram, something like that. And so I went to their very last day having that shop, and I was like, hey, do you guys want to be in a magazine? Promise not anything like weird or anything. Yeah. And they were like, yeah, since you came here, to ask. And I was like, okay. And so they agreed to be in it. We did a shoot. We did like a 2-parter shoot, one in downtown and one at Post. And so they had their like a makeup artist. I had my friend Zach take film photography. I had my friend Abrar, shout out Abrar and Zach, do like digital photography. So we got a shit ton of pictures of them. And like mainly it was Abrar. He did a lot of the photo shoots, and then I did maybe like 1 or 2 just when I couldn't get a photographer. And then there was, I'm trying to think, Leslie did the Fabricio shoot. JR did. Do you know Gabby and Christian? No. Christian Green. Okay. Shout out those guys. So like it was just like mainly Abrard photographed this issue, and then there was like 2 or 3 other Fresco. You guys know Fresco? Not Queso?
Photographer?
Yeah.
I think he shot a music video for me.
Oh, for real? You got music?
Yeah, I have music.
Okay, where's it
I'm
at?
back in the day though.
Oh.
Yeah.
Back
Fresco,
in the day.
does he have glasses? Did he have glasses?
I don't know.
Which video?
Fresco. That sounds so familiar if he's a videographer or photographer. Because
Yeah.
I shot it with Coco. It was when I'm wearing like a maroon shirt. That was like on top of a parking lot. He shot a music video. But if it's the same guy.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
I
Fresco,
gotta,
not Queso on Instagram?
probably not.
Okay.
Okay, well,
He's
He was
a
a
really
part of it
good
too?
really good photographer.
Maybe we'll see.
He did Fur's photo shoot. He did the Gorp Core photo shoot that was the like initial idea, like the thing that started it all. And then he did a photo shoot with me that's in the magazine.
oh,
Okay.
okay.
So.
So you are in the magazine.
I am in the magazine. I had to. I mean,
No,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have
yeah.
to.
No,
Yeah, I was
it's
about
dope.
to say,
Yeah,
yeah, you have to.
I'm in there a couple times, but not too much.
You know, I'm thinking about like
He's
all these
in there
names.
a couple of times. He's in there every
Every
other
page. He's on the corner of every page.
He's like, "Hey, guys."
No, I'm thinking about like all these names that you're throwing out and how I don't know some of these people, right? I think the only one I know is Fabricio, pretty much.
Yeah. Shout out Doji.
Yeah, shout out Fabricio, man. But honestly, like I'm like, all right, I think
It's like
once
a
I
whole different,
no, yeah, because I kind of take pride in like knowing a bunch of people or knowing of a bunch of people
Same.
too. You know,
Same.
I take a bunch of pride in that, and like whenever we have guests, and I'm like, do y'all know so and so? And they'll be like, nah. I'm like, man, and I will tell her afterwards. I'll be like, it's so crazy how I feel like I know of a lot of people and people don't. It's just Houston's so big that people.
It's like I feel
It's
like you're
big but
just
small.
I feel like
Yeah.
you're just opening the door of another not
so-
another community, but in a way. Like,
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So whenever I get my hands on the magazine, I'm gonna definitely tap in with these people and see what they do, who they are. You know, like
For sure.
Well, hopefully by the time this drops, the event had already passed.
Yeah.
And hopefully you sold out. But if you didn't sell out, where are you gonna be selling?
My plan is if it doesn't sell out there, then there's also like zine fests. Have you guys ever been to one? It's essentially like a market for artists, authors, designers, like anybody, to make like self-published zines. And so I'd probably go to one of those, or I might pop out at like another store, depending on who'd be able to collaborate.
Oh, okay. Like, what do you mean by collaborate? Like for them to vend your
Or
magazine?
to host an event where I have like another pop-up essentially.
Oh, okay. I see what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Okay.
Okay, so you wouldn't want to sell them like online or anything to ship them?
I've thought about it. I just kind of have no idea what I'm doing. So like, I just
You're
like
going with the flow.
I like the idea of you coming in person and being like, okay, this is the guy who made this. Not in like an egotistical way, but just like I want to know, like I want to see the person who bought the magazine type of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what
And
you're
I want to
saying.
connect and build community like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good
No, it
way
is.
to-
It's the best way to do
yeah,
it, honestly.
especially because it'll be your first one.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming you're gonna do other issues, right?
Yeah, I mean, this whole process took about a year. So if it takes another year or a year and a half, I have an idea. I kind of want to do like a city guide of Houston. And so, like that'd be probably the next hill to climb.
And what would that entail? Like, it would be.
Like Houston spots, right?
Like my idea, like this one would be even bigger, like just an all-encompassing thing, like food, culture, cool spots to hang out, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah. And then, honestly, it's just like, I want to do a magazine too, honestly. And
You
then,
should.
And but then that's the thing. Like, it's cool how you're saying, like, oh, I'm just trying to figure it out, like, because I'm always like, all right, but you're doing it. So I'm like, all right, let me ask him questions about it, but obviously it's all trial and error,
No,
like,
but the thing is how you're going with the flow, and
Yeah.
Ronnie's like an overthinker. So
No,
I
like,
feel
yeah,
I'm an
just-
overthinker too. Don't
like
worry.
just this morning I was thinking about it when I was on for a run. I was
Yeah.
thinking about like, and not even because we're gonna have you, it's just like, man, I was like, because I used to have what is it called, the thing I just threw out, the cardboard. ¿Cómo se dice eso? What is it called?
You just said it.
No. Where I have the ideas.
Oh,
I have
the little
vision board.
A vision board. I had a vision board.
Yeah.
But I've been having that vision board for the longest, bro. And it was a trifold, like
Okay.
Like a
them big ones, them big
Grade
project
school
ones.
project.
Yeah.
And so what I would do is like print out. I screenshot a lot of things on Instagram or whatever, and I would print those screenshots out. I would like kind of arrange them, and then I'd cut them out and I crumpled them up a little bit. And then I'd put them on that vision board, right? But I never finished it, and it was this, and like, it's because I would run out of ink, and then I'm like, I'm not gonna be wasting my ink on this, you know?
Yeah. So printer issues,
you know, and then
always in the way.
But it was like, all right, I'm gonna keep it there, and I'm gonna finish it, and then I never finished it, and I just threw it out. But I took a few pictures of some of the stuff I had on there. But I'm like, you know what? Why don't I just make a magazine out of like all my interest, all my graphic design stuff, my certain Instagram posts that inspire me, like, but it's just cool to see on paper, like, or just the material, you know how you're saying, like the type of paper
You're gonna
to
have
be
to
able
give
to
us a class on paper,
dude.
And just
Paper
imagine,
and
like,
zines, I will tell you for sure.
Yeah. And then I just seen this graphic designer, he's like, oh, my version on Pinterest or whatever, or my Pinterest is on paper or some shit like that.
Are you talking about Nolan White?
I don't know, but the video is like he gets it out of a bookshelf.
Yes.
And then it's like typography.
Yes.
I'm like, that's so dope. Like I was like, that's cool, you know? Shit.
Print is the future for sure. Like it. So just like how you're talking about, like basically a mood board inside of a magazine. That's what like zinesters are doing.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're good.
Like, damn.
Was that loud?
Damn, that water is good, huh?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, you're agreeing.
I know.
But like there's a lot of cool zines out there that like there's this one that I bought. I had to buy it. It was a little pricey, but at the Lone Star Zine Fest, there was this guy who bought this compilation of like vintage Red District logos and designs from Mexico City. And it was like a compilation of different logos, typography and stuff like that. And it was like 1 of 1 or something like that.
Yeah.
And so I had to get that for inspo.
No, yeah, stuff like that.
So how much are you gonna sell your magazines for?
$28. $28. Because like from, you know, the overall cost, just me doing it independently, all the time spent, and also Adobe ain't cheap, so there's that.
Your time.
The time is crazy.
There's a hack to get Adobe free, or not a free, but like very low price. I think I got it for like 6 months or something. I forgot what I did though.
Okay.
But
actually, I think I've tried that before.
You did?
Like you have to do the trial and then you have to like code.
Yeah, it's some shit. Yeah, because I had the student one while I was in school. Those are good times.
Oh yeah.
But it's done. No, but so as far as like the magazine, right? I kind of want to get back into like the content of it. So okay, so you have pictures, right? And you did both film and digital pictures.
Yeah, all across.
And because you showed a little bit of it, right? Like it was just like a little preview on a video. Okay,
what y'all think of that?
It was cool.
Hype me up a little bit.
It was cool. Now, because I was wondering, I'm like, how's it gonna look? You know?
Yeah, and I kind of realized that like halfway through marketing this thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, people are probably curious. So it's like the content, it's broken down in like 4 categories. So there's this thing called a style sample. Like, I don't know if have you ever looked through a Popeye?
No, I never. No.
So there's this thing called a style sample where it's essentially like cutouts of outfits. Like they'll go to an event and they'll just snap a bunch of pictures of people. And so that's the main thing I fell in love with those magazines, was just seeing all the cool outfits and stuff. And so I knew I wanted to do that. There's 3 of them. I went to the Union Station Vintage opening. I went to like a Montrose to walk that like strip, and then where else I go? Sugarland to one of the Thriller markets.
Okay.
And I got some fits there. Then there's the Day in the Life, which is essentially where I interview everybody and say like, oh, like what's your lifestyle? Describe it in 3 words. What do you like to do in an ideal day? And then it's backed by like the photo shoot of that day. And so there's that. And then it goes into like creative photo shoots. So there's the Gorp one where it's my girl Chelsea. It's Abrar, the guy who like photographed most of it, and then Danny. Outfitsy Moy. So it's like them inside like a forest, pretty much like a forest behind some suburbs. And then there's the This or That. That's like 2 different outfits styled by my good friend Misa. And then she basically like brought 2 outfits, and like the whole spread is supposed to be like, oh, which outfit do you prefer? And then there was a third one. Oh, me, my boys Damien and Zach, we dressed up in like some Ivy League like thrifted stuff, and then we went to Rice, and then we took pictures there.
Oh, okay.
So
Overall, it's like it seems like a very fun process, you know.
Yeah,
like
it's like the project overall. Like it's one of those things that you just enjoy as you go. Like
for sure, I will say like there was frustrating parts. Like so that Ivy League shoot, I had rented a Fujifilm camera, and so that shit's like $1,000, right? So tell me why I go to this baseball game, like where I'm gonna go play, and I take it out to show Abrar because he was there as well, and someone had creeped up, like not like up on me, but like they were watching me. So I put it in my trunk because I'm like, well, I don't want to take it out there to the game, and then also like, what is it? I feel like it's safer in the trunk. You know, they're not gonna break into it. So I get back from the game,
and they broke into it.
They broke into my car. They opened the trunk and they stole that shit.
No way.
And so we had to move back that shoot because first of all I was depressed, like holy fuck.
Yeah.
And then just like
you had to pay for it.
Yeah, I still have to pay for it. And I filed a police report. Hopefully one day, I don't know, they'll be like, hey, we found that camera. But yeah.
So how much was it?
It's like, I think $1,900, something like that. Because the lens itself was $1,000.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So, unfortunately.
And that was part of the story.
It's part of this. It's part of this.
That was probably for you. Do you think that was one of the most like frustrating points of this whole project?
Yeah, because I was just like,
what the?
Well, I still gotta pay for the damn magazine. You know, like that's an unseen cost, and then just like it's so demoralizing.
Yeah,
like,
no.
Oh yeah.
Like I fucking had a photo shoot tomorrow. Like, what's going on?
No, yeah. And what about everything? It's coming out of your pocket, or do you have people helping?
I looked for sponsorships. I emailed people, went in person. There was Houston Pops was interested, but just haven't heard back from them. Or Popston, that's what I mean. And yeah, sponsorships is difficult. I talked to Lucia actually, and she was just like, I think you're asking for too much, you know? And I was like, okay, noted, you know, I'll listen to you for sure.
Yeah.
And then I repackaged it, sent it to more people, and then I got a better response, but still it's just like.
Okay. You were sending out like decks, or you were like pulling up in person, or how were you doing that?
I pulled up in person with like a printed out deck, and then I was like, hey, check this out type of thing. Yeah. I think it's a good deck.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, it's just it's.
If you don't mind me asking, you did it by tiers, or it was just the one package?
Tiers. So the main revision Lucia told me to do is add like donation, which like, you know, if they're at all interested and they're all impressed like with what they see, they could just donate like $5 or something.
Oh, I see.
Which I thought was like a good piece of advice.
Yeah. So then your bottom tier, which one, what was included or what for sponsors?
Essentially, like you would be, it's been a while since I've looked at it, but like the bottom tier is just like, okay, you'll be recognized in some form of fashion on the magazine.
Okay. So now it's just like you can get sponsors because the magazine's already printed and it's already.
Like I could get sponsors for the next one for sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then what is it? Like the tier after that, that's when it's like, oh, we'll do a full page ad, we'll do the front, we'll do the back cover, or not the front cover but the back cover. That's gonna be like the bigger tier.
I think right now that you're doing I think it would have been easier to get sponsors if you had like a
physical magazine,
a physical sample,
for sure.
Because if you had a physical sample, then you would be able to show them what they're gonna. Yeah. Because I think it's harder, like whenever in your case, right? Because it's just an actual magazine or whatever.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I mean, at least you thought about it though, because some people.
Yeah, I don't think many people would have even thought about it.
Some people going to projects and don't even realize that sponsorships are a thing. Yeah. Like for us,
I didn't know shit about sponsors until we had the podcast.
Yeah, me neither. Actually, Lucia was the one who told us
Right.
about the whole, the deck and blah, blah, blah. I mean, before that, I don't think, did we think about like sponsorship?
No, honestly, no.
Yeah,
I just thought like, all the revenue is going to come from YouTube and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
For real?
Yeah, we didn't even think that we had the potential
I knew there was
sponsors.
like, I see that, and then getting sponsored by brands, but not like from small businesses like in Houston,
no.
Like,
No.
I didn't think in that way, or for us to have a deck ready or.
Oh, so you thought of like ad reads, right? But not
ad reads, but not actual like me reaching out.
Yeah, and then so she put that spark into into our brains. Basically, it was like, you need to work on a deck, and we did, and we created our own deck, and we have had a few sponsorships.
I'm scheduled to work on it today.
Yeah, we have a few sponsorships that we've gotten, but the event that we had, I take so much pride in saying this, but that full event was fully sponsored.
That's dope.
Like, we didn't have to pay anything out of pocket, and that was his biggest thing. Like, oh, we're gonna, because it was planned literally in 2 months.
Yeah.
And with those 2 months, we were able to get like everything covered, which it's possible, guys, but it's an event, so it's a little bit different, opposed to your like a magazine. I'm excited. I'm really excited to see how it's gonna look, like the physical copy,
For sure. The event, we got like one sponsor, if you want to call it that, but what is it? Equal Parts Brewing. They'll be providing the beer.
Oh, cool.
Okay, that's dope.
Well, with that being said, guys, let's go on a quick break and we'll be back.
Yes, sir.
And we are back. So, did you get people that knew you were doing the magazine and were like, I want to be in it? Or no?
I don't think so.
No?
You know what? Yeah, I lied. They did.
And did you... And you didn't want them, and how did you tell them no?
No, there was no one that I didn't want. I was like, I'm not gonna say I'm a pushover, but I'm a little softy. If you
I want to be in your magazine, the next one.
We'll make some work. No, it's just like my good friends.
Oh, okay.
Like Julian. Shout out to Julian. Like, he tells me last minute, probably in February, he's like, "Let me be in your magazine," and I was like, no, please, or anything. And so he writes poetry. And so I was like, I'm not going to do another like a day in your life, because like I have like a lot of that. So, what if we did like writing, like your poetry, and then we put that with the other writings. One we have about film and fashion, or fashion and film, that was by Abrar. And then Jackie from Tarsals, y'all know Tarsals? She wrote like an op-ed piece about Houston, like community and style. So yeah, Julian, he writes, and so I was like, okay, well, we could do a photo shoot and then just put your poetry on there. So
I love the whole idea of the magazine. Like, I'm getting inspired with all these ideas, and I just want to like give them to you,
Okay, gotcha.
But it's just one of those things that you like, for me, right? Like, I don't ever see myself doing a magazine, but I like, like, I think it's cool to see, like, if Roland were to ever be like, oh, I want to do one, like, it'd be a project that I'd want to be a part of, but I just think it's a great way to show your creativity.
For sure.
Like, it's just like a physical thing that is just it can be filled with tons of projects, and you get to meet new people with it too.
Oh yeah.
And you just don't know if this is the thing that's gonna make you, your money, where you can just live off of it. Like, you just don't know.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine yourself like doing issues? Like, I know you said the next one might be like a year and a half, but you never know if you're just like,
is this something that
on fire?
Is this something that you're like considering something like that long term, or is it just like a passion project and you're gonna see where it goes? Initially,
passion project, but the more I think about it, the more I think like it's viable. It's something that there's a hole in the market for that, because nobody's really paying attention to print. I mean, I'm lying. There's like a whole underground community. There's people out there that make like print magazines. But in terms of the lane that I'm in, like, I'll give you an example. Like, when I go to Zine Fest and I look around, there's only like one or two other people that I feel like are doing something about lifestyle and fashion and like what we call the culture, right? So to me, I feel like it's missing from the marketplace. And so I want to keep supplying that. Like Popeye, like that isn't, it is here, but it's in Japanese. Like people don't understand it. They just like love it for the looks. But here in Houston, it'd be cool to just either reintroduce that to people or fully introduce that idea that lifestyle is cool, print is cool, and like we can care more about just social media.
Yeah. And I think it's cool because I also feel like right now it's one of those things where, social media is the thing, right? Like people are living off of social media right now. Sure. However, I do think like the 90s trends, all that is coming back. So I just feel like, how is it that we might even go back and we're going like into the future with technology, but somehow we're bringing back the
I just feel like print. I just feel like print that has that I don't know, it's just the physicalness
of it.
You know, like I just saw there I don't know, I guess it's out already or whatever, this Yu-Gi-Oh book. I don't know if you've seen it, with all the cards. It's like all the artwork of like the original cards and stuff like that. They even have like a full scale of like what the monsters look like. So it's like, let's say there's some monsters that you don't see fully, not even in the anime or whatever, or in the cartoon. But on there is like the full what they look like behind the card or whatever, you know. And I'm like, man, and I told her like I just want the book, like it's just to be able to see it, you know. Or the Pokemon books, like the little original Pokemon, like I'm like I like seeing the I don't know, like print. It's just something.
And the reason I'm saying that is because me and my little sister just recently started a new business. It's called Between the Lines, right? But it's like a book accessory business. Like, so we do bookmarks, stickers, you know. There's just so many things, right? So we talked to somebody about this idea, right? We told them that what the business was about, and his answer was like, people don't buy books anymore, it's all audio. And I'm like, no, you don't realize that it's like a big community that people actually love having books, you know. I'm like, there's audiobooks now for people that are on the go, you know what I mean? But like I love going to the bookstore and just picking up a book, you know. Even my son, like if I go to like Barnes and Nobles or whatever to give me a book, I've taken him with me because it's such a good feeling to go to the store and pick out a book, you know, and then let him pick out a book. And he loves his books, right? Like he comes home, even at the school when they have the book fair,
bro. That's the most iconic like memory of everyone's childhood.
Going to that, right? So then he's gone, we bought him his books or whatever, and I don't know, I just think it's great, like a great idea, you know. And then just to have like the physical copy of it, you know. But a magazine is different because, like I said, you just are able to pour all your creativity to it, like, you know.
For sure.
So I'm super excited.
I do want to talk about you know that thing you did for Complex? For it's Joe, right?
Joe La Puma.
I was telling her about it. And then I saw your video because you put a video about the story about it.
Yes.
Right? I watched that a while ago. But how was that? Like,
how was that?
That's like you want me to go through it again, or like what do you?
I mean, she really doesn't know.
Okay. He told me like a long time ago when it kind of happened.
I'm like. But
then he told me recently too.
Got you.
I was just like, okay, cool.
Yeah, cause all right. So before you get into that, so it's like, would you say you're a graphic designer? Like that's what.
What do you think? Like,
what do you consider yourself, or what do you tell people?
That I say a creator kind of thing, because I really want to be in all lanes. Like I want to be a
jack of all trades.
Yeah, like a master of none, a Tyler the Creator, Virgil Abloh. Like they just did whatever the fuck, or well, Virgil did whatever he wanted to do. Tyler is still doing whatever. So like, just I say creator because I don't like creative. But no offense if y'all call yourself creative. I just don't like that.
I don't even know what I call myself. I say that. I say jack of all trades. I say whatever.
Everyone's a jack of all trades for sure.
Yeah.
I'll come up with it. I'm a city nerd for now.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's
because okay.
So how did you end up getting into all that with Complex?
Okay, so I was listening to their podcast, this Complex Sneaker Show, it's now called, and I was watching it like a day later, and they had said there's three of them. So there's Joe La Puma, who does sneaker shopping. He's the famous one, and then there's Matt Welty. He's like the old head of the group. And so he was like, oh, anyone out there want to make an infographic of all the shoes Joe La Puma's ever worn on camera? Like, send it to us. And when I heard that, immediately I was like, oh, I could do that, like immediately. And so I was going home from HEB. I was grocery shopping, and then not relevant at all, but and I just went to it literally from like 12 to 3. I was clicking on each video, going in an Excel sheet. Oh, he wore the Black Cat 4s. He wore the fucking Coral Studios Air Max 95, and like I felt like it just converged everything that I love to do, like graphic design. Well, I don't know if I love to do data, but it's certainly interesting. And then I love sneakers. And so I felt like that was for me, that whole like call to action. And so I spent maybe like 72 hours on it, like not at once, but over time. I think it was like 3 days. And then I was getting worried because I was like, oh, I heard it late. Maybe someone already posted it. But I was like, I'm unemployed right now, so I think I'm good. So yeah, I basically made the graphic after I put all the data into Power BI, which is like a data viz tool that I learned from, my days in tech. And so, what is it? Yeah, I made the graphic and then I posted it. And then literally, like I posted it at 3. And then I woke up at like 10. And then immediately as I woke up.
You posted at like 3 a.m.?
Yeah.
What, 3 a.m.? Okay.
Well, I was just like, get it out
like
there.
You're just
get
like, okay. To me, I would have been like, all right, I'm going to post it tomorrow, like during the day. But
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. No, I wanted it to be like hopefully something they see immediately in the morning. And so, yeah, Joe LaPuma liked it. He, what is it? He reposted it. And then Brendan Dunn, the third host, he just replied because I tagged him and he goes, holy shit. And so, yeah, that was a pretty good moment. He reposted. He thanked me like 2 times, like once in my comments, once in the like sneaker shopping comments. So, yeah. And
then they ended up having it in the background.
Yeah. So they had reposted it. I wanted them to mention me on their podcast. Just a like quick little like. So I was listening to the subsequent podcasts and they did not. So that's fine. But then in January, that's when
they probably didn't know how to pronounce the name.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure because in January, Dave Matthews, the producer for that show, he basically was like, "Hey, we're gonna try and put you in the background of a new video coming up, and like, how do you pronounce your name and stuff." So that was probably the reason.
Yeah, because if I didn't know, then I would have been like chopping that up real quick. Like I didn't know, I wouldn't. I mean, yeah, you read things right, but you always pronounce things differently.
For sure.
Yeah. So did anything come out of that though? Like.
Not really.
Just a shout out.
The shout out, the cameo, which I thought was cool, but they said they were gonna pay and they didn't. So. Which is take that how you will. But
they said it like if you could do an infographic like
we'll pay you. That's what he said, and he goes, not much, but we'll pay.
You're like, damn, I want that. Not much.
3 days of work.
I want give me $20, man.
You're like, I'm unemployed right now.
Bring me my money. That's right.
Yeah, no, that's cool though.
Did you gain followers?
No, like it's funny. I feel like I don't get the followers after that. Yeah,
but it's cool though. Like it's just I don't know. I think it's like a small little like something for yourself. Like there's certain things that I've done that I'm like that was cool, but you don't get nothing out of it.
Yeah, and I like to think, how the universe works. I put him on my vision board, actually, like, just because he embodies complex, the media, and, like, sneakers. That's the kind of world I want to be a part of.
Yeah.
And so, what is it? Then I received that email after making that vision board, which is crazy. And then, wait, what'd you say? I forgot.
Yeah, no, I'm just talking, bro.
I'm just talking to
No, it was like you said that
no, that's like small wins. Like it's like something for yourself,
something for yourself.
I was gonna say like who knows, like, well, next time I run into Joe LaPuma, I have an icebreaker.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Literally.
It's like I made that thing that you love.
Yeah.
And then he'll be like, "Oh shit!"
I spent 72 hours.
And like I'm here to
Exactly.
collect. I'm here to collect my money, bro.
And I'm here to
Run me my
collect my not much.
My not much. Yeah, true. So yeah, it was a cool experience.
And then I showed Evelyn you did a documentary, right, a while ago.
Vintage documentary.
The vintage documentary. How was that? If you want to talk about that real quick.
Essentially, it's like the same thing as the magazine.
Yeah.
Essentially.
That's what I was gonna say.
Reach out to people, schedule shoots, and then edit. And I edited for like months because that was a behemoth of a thing. It was 82 minutes or something like that, or more. I can't remember.
Yeah, because you had Faith and Chris on there. You had Jesse and Lucia.
And Baby Girl.
Baby Girl on there. Paul Cantu. You had Paul Cantu on
Paul
there
Cantu. Shout out to Jesse because he connected that.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Because I had DM'd him. I had Luke from Full Court reach out to him. But Jesse, I think right after he messaged Paul, he was like, okay, this guy's not playing around.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It was surreal meeting him.
Are y'all still connected or no?
Like afterwards? They I see him at ThriftCon sort of thing. But nothing
But it was crazy seeing him, like,
dude,
because he's like this YouTube guy, right? Like,
yeah, and I realized after, like, oh, I could have met him like at any market.
Yeah,
to be
regular
honest.
shit,
He's cool, he's down to earth. But like meeting him, I was just like, whoa, because I found his, like, in the documentary I found his videos looking at dorm room tours because I was going to dorm at UH, and so what is it? Yeah, I just found his UT dorm room, and it was like the funniest thing I've ever seen at that point.
I think the first video I saw of him was him painting like some pants.
Yeah,
I want to say it was like Taz or something. I forgot what it was, but he's the one that kind of got me into like the whole vintage thing, like reselling or whatever.
I feel like he got everyone into it.
Yeah, honestly.
Here in Texas, here in Houston.
Yeah, because he's big.
Yeah. So what inspired that though? Like the
documentary?
Yeah.
I mean,
because it was specifically just like vintage, right, Al?
I was like, damn, you okay?
What is it? So I was talking to Dalton from United States Vintage, the guy with the van.
Yeah.
The truck.
So
is that the USP? No,
USPS?
The USPS.
Yeah.
Yeah, he what is it? Yeah, I was just talking to him one day. Like, I had talked a little bit to Luke, but we didn't really like connect like that yet. And then talking to Dalton, I was like, so what do you think about the Houston vintage scene? And he was just like, man, it's kind of like just oversaturated as hell, man. But hey, competition, I love it. And then that's when I had the idea, I could make a video interviewing people at like a $5 sale at Bounce Back. Like, because I had gone to one at that point. So I was like, that'd be a cool idea. And then I went home and looked up like, has anyone tried to explain the lore of Houston vintage? And the only person I could find was Shoe Crew TV, and he was making videos about like Bounce Back, Roundhouse when they were in the back of Travis Street, like the back of that complex. You know what I mean? The
Tipping Point store.
Yeah. When they were in the back, and Tipping Point was like in that main room. Yeah. He interviewed a lot of people, and so there was no overall trying to like make a story out of everybody in vintage, and so that's when I was like, all right, let me try it.
That's dope.
Yeah.
And do you think you were able to like accomplish that? Like, do you felt like accomplished, or you felt like there's still missing parts? Like, or I mean, it's still an ongoing story, right? But
for sure. I think for the most part, yes. There was one critique that there wasn't too much of a story. It was more all interviews. But I do think if you're really listening to what the people say in there, you can get like a huge idea of how it started. There was a bunch of markets. There was Break Free or whatever that like breaking like group is, and then they had like vintage as well. And it's crazy because I went to So Real Dance Studio like a while back, and they also had like vintage racks there. So dancing and vintage kind of goes hand in hand from what I've learned. And like, I don't know. I think through all the stories, like a compilation of them, you can get an idea of what the DNA of Houston vintage is.
I wonder, because I wonder if that's like if it's only in Houston. Like, I mean, really, it's like hip hop,
Hip hop too.
Is the one that does like most of the, because if like when Thriller has, I've never been to the Thriller market or whatever, but I mean, do they have like dancing? It's just literally just pop-ups and stuff. So
which beforehand I feel like it was more of an experience. And then now it's just like, okay, there's just straight up vintage resellers, people who fuck with vintage. Like, that's how I see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, hip hop is the one that has like the dance scene with the vintage put together. Mm-hmm. But I think before that there was like
the vintage graffiti too.
Yeah, and the graffiti. Yeah. Like the whole culture around it.
The elements of hip hop or whatever. Yeah. I'm trying to think of I think that's pretty much just them that do that.
Yeah, because everybody else is just technically like a market.
Yeah.
A vintage.
I want to start my own event, but I don't know. I don't know what to do.
A-Leaf Market. They put up their own event.
What is it like?
It was just a market in A-Leaf.
But like vintage,
Yeah,
like regular
vintage. They
the
had
same?
I think they had like some toys and trinkets, tents, pretty much.
Yeah, because sometimes I think of like how we would do it, but I don't know. I would want to involve like the podcast or everything we do, honestly.
Do it for that event coming up, or like I don't know if y'all want me to say it. Sorry.
Like, yeah,
We've kind of talked about it a little bit.
yeah, but there's nothing set in stone. You know what we want to do is like a live podcast.
Oh,
Like-
yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, like
Because I've seen a few podcasts that I follow do it, and it's usually like it's pretty good turnout. I mean, I don't know for us, but
yeah, I don't know how it'll be for us.
I mean,
That-
the
I think
trick
I'd be
is
You
to
more-
gotta
do it
do
in
it. Do it once at
yeah.
least.
The trick
That-
is to do it in a small venue so it fills up.
Yeah.
You don't want to get something
Oh,
big and
that
shit.
makes me nervous.
Oh man.
And you just talk. I mean, like really, like it's
People are
like
there just
listening
watching
to you talk.
Yeah.
So I think you would just involve the people though, and just be like, "What do y'all think?" And then they'd be
I
like,
definitely need to be drinking for that one.
Dude.
maybe have some people like standing on the sides, passing the mic, and I don't know.
Segments,
Those
like little
segments and stuff.
activities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy. Maybe we can get feedback on that. Because,
Leave it in the comments.
yeah, that'd be something to talk about.
Yeah,
I mean,
for
it's
sure.
been talked about, but I know for sure I want to do an event in October. So we'll see how that goes.
What else do you have coming up though? Like,
That's it. Bro, I'm gonna take
magazine.
a fat nap after that.
yeah,
you know?
no, the magazine is such
That's
a good
big-
idea, bro.
And it's a big project, too.
And that's what I think Fabricio asked me after the doc came out. Bro, first of all, the reaction to that was amazing. Like, Nate, Innovated Nate?
I think so.
He has like a shaved head, like a Caesar cut, whatever.
Nate from where?
Full court.
Okay. No, probably. I never met him, but
Like, he saw it and he cried. Like,
for real.
well, not because like anything special I did,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like I compiled like a lot of old memories, and he was just like, and I was like, dude, mission accomplished, man. And then I got the big ups from Paul. He was like, man, I edit for a living, and that was something. And then Fabricio, he was just laughing at like all the funny like cuts and stuff.
That
we
was
do.
me.
What?
Laughing
Yeah?
at the little
Yeah, because
cuts.
you put.
Oh, okay,
he put a face
Faith.
like in a car.
Yeah, oh my God.
Chris,
I felt bad, bro.
Chris in front of a Starbucks. Like.
I was giggling the whole time I was making that. Yeah.
Did you show them like beforehand before you put it out, or was it like once it came out, it came out?
It came out because it was at that watch party. I should have though, because Lucia and Jesse, they were like, oh, there were points where I had like photos of that, and I could have contributed, so I could have done that. But
But the only thing is, if you had done that, then people would have been like, well, I don't like that. Take it out or something.
that's another thing. But I didn't want to like
There's too many.
say
yeah,
that's
with-
the reason. Or
No, yeah. No, I
whatever.
get what you're saying. But that's another thing, too. So it just
Yeah.
worked out the way it worked out.
I think so.
Perfectly, yeah.
Yeah, like some people, I feel like early on the podcast, I feel like I would show people like the final product. Like I would upload it to YouTube and then send them like the link, and then they'd be like, "Hey, well, can you like do this?" And I'm like, "Nah,
After
like
we
bro,
asked the
I,
questions off camera.
it's like 4 hours to
Oh, okay.
export this whole like
Yeah.
Like, so
And they don't know the whole process,
For
so,
sure.
So that's why now I'm just like, well, I forgot to tell you, but we don't cut anything out, right? So it's
Yeah.
just like we normally say that, like we don't cut anything out.
I'll
so,
mute some
Right,
stuff, here and
Yeah.
there, but
Well, locations that accidentally slip out.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Or names. Or
Oh, but
something
only
like
the
that.
necessary stuff, because like to
Yeah.
go in and scrub and stuff.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think there's ways to do it now though. Like I think like the AI or whatever, like on what do you use to edit?
I was using Premiere Pro for a while, but now I'm on DaVinci.
DaVinci?
Yeah.
Is it DaVinci that has the no Premiere Pro? I think probably has Adobe has a bunch of AI stuff now, but I think like it'll be like the transcript. And then,
Oh,
like anytime
yeah.
you say a word, like you just type it out or erase it or something, and then it'll cut that part out.
That's
So-
crazy.
Something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
seen that.
So maybe it's something I need to look into
Yeah, for sure.
for sure. But I don't know. I think
I think that's
we're
it.
close to wrapping up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I had told him. I was like, oh, normally like it's either this is the third segment is the last one, or
Yeah.
if we continue, it's just 10 minutes and the fourth one or something.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. But again, bro, we're glad you came on the podcast.
Appreciate it. It's an honor. It's an honor, guys.
No, and honestly, I'm excited for the obviously
By then, this is gonna be
I probably already have the magazine in my hands and stuff, you know. But is it hardcover or just like
It's like a thick glossy cover.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, dope. I'm excited.
Send us a picture when you get it.
Okay, y'all get this.
or no, just the box. Like they're here.
Oh well, I'm gonna make content out of it for sure.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I was gonna ask that. Are you gonna do like a recap of the whole journey or no?
I didn't know people would like want to see that, but yeah,
I
maybe.
think you should.
Like
if you recorded parts like of the process, you know, I think it'd be cool to the end make like this is a whole year worth of work or something, and then product is here.
I guess I just like to like heads down kind of work at it, grind at it type of thing.
That's true too.
I was about to tell you, do the 30 days of content thing that I'm doing right now.
I'd be interested for sure.
That's cool.
I like what you're doing over there.
Thanks. Yeah, I like doing it. It's cool. Like she's doing it too, but I feel like people aren't.
They're not paying attention.
I don't follow you, so I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Nah, I just followed you today too.
But it's it's like little compilations of her day, you know.
Yeah, but for me, it's like I'm not like on social media like that, like at all.
Yeah.
I hardly ever post, you know. So then when he said that he wanted to do it, I took it more like a way to challenge him. Like, okay, let's do it together, you know.
Yeah.
And I wasn't gonna do like no voiceovers. For me, it's already a big win if I post because I never used to post, you know.
Yeah.
That's good.
And now I'm just like getting a little bit more comfortable with recording myself, because if not, I'm just like, that's embarrassing. Like I'm not gonna do that. You know,
it's already been like 2 people that are like, bro, I know Santos or homeboy Santos, he's doing it now, and then somebody else was like, hey, I think I'm gonna start doing it too, whatever. And I'm like, y'all should, bro. It's cool. Like I don't know, it's because I was following some guy, his name's Rose Garden, Rose Garden's Creative or something like that, but he's like he's doing it like a design studio, and he was doing 30 days of content.
Oh wait, you know him?
I talked to him, but
okay.
I follow him, he follows me, but
that's dope.
Yeah. Mutuals. And then so it was like he inspired me to do it, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. And then that's how he followed me back. But
and for me, it was just more like I just want to post something, and then eventually maybe I want to do like voiceovers or something, you know.
Yeah.
And just get more comfortable with it, because it's not like for everybody really, but So with that being said,
other than that, man, I hope you. I was gonna say like in the videos and shit. I hope you enjoyed the video, but well, I do hope you enjoyed the time with us, bro. Like we're very glad to have you on.
Hope you enjoyed it with me.
We
did, bro. It's cool ideas that you're coming up with and stuff, you know.
Thank you.
And everybody else, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode.
His information will be in the description below, so make sure I'll give him a follow on Instagram and stay up to date with the magazines. Hopefully you sold out, you know.
Look, y'all manifested. I'll stay a little humble. Little humble pie.
But if not, then the reason is just because there's other opportunities where you can vend to other people for sure.
They'll land in the right people's hands.
Yes, exactly.
Appreciate it.
But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. That's it. Much love. Peace.
Bye.